Greetings to my fellow watch enthusiasts on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else this video might be seen and shared. Celine Driver once again bringing you another unboxing and review of a watch that is in fact mine. Now, as you saw from the title of this video, this is a review of a watch from the fashion designer Versace. And I know I'm pronouncing that right because at one time, a long time ago, I saw the movie Showgirls. Yes, I'll admit that in public. And I did see the supporting actress whose name escapes me now with the beautiful pouting lips correct the main character's pronouncing of the word Versace or something like that, been saying, no dear, it's Versace. So, what I have here, now full disclosure, I have given Versace watches as gifts to ladies in the past. They're nice watches. They're decent quality. Swiss movements for the most part, even the Quartz watches. But they're small, 30, 32, 33 millimeter. They're little things. They're dainty things. They're feminine looking things, purples and pinks and whites with lots of, gold plating and stuff like that. I did not know until very recently, scrolling through my favorite website, Chrono24, that this watch existed. This is the model number, VE3J00222. Versace makes men's watches. I didn't know that. And it happened to be a watch that I was intrigued enough to spend my own money to buy for myself. And it arrived in a very familiar to me Versace box that I've seen the ladies' watches in. But this is no ladies' watch. Nice, gold foil outer sleeve, very thick box with the Medusa type head logo. And inside, you have the Versace logo and not much else. There's no manual or anything to it. Nice white leather pillow. I mean, everything is of very nice quality. But this is a man's watch. This is a big watch. Now, unless you're a big girl, this watch isn't going to look good on you. But, I mean, it is obviously a Versace watch. It has a Versace name. The logo at the 12 o'clock, the interesting pattern, I don't know what that's called, Cuban, I've seen Cuban style necklaces with the same kind of workings here. I don't know what it's called though. But definitely a man's watch. Versace logo on the back. It's a chronograph. We'll start the chronograph up. And you can see from the way the chronograph moves, the chronograph second here and the constant running second here, this is a quartz watch. It is a Swiss-made quartz watch. I could not find the caliber number, but I did find many references to the idea that this is a Swiss caliber. Might be a Ronda for all I know. I don't know. You have a day of the week dial here, chronograph minutes here. At the 6 o'clock, you have a small date window. At the 4 o'clock, you have very simple looking pushers with a kind of a spiral cutting into the crown. We'll go over the strap in a minute. It's a very nicely detailed case back, detailing the sapphire crystal, the Swiss-made movement, the VE3J model lineup. There are different models in the VE3J. This happens to be the 00222. 5 atmosphere water resistance, stainless steel case. Screw down case back, of course. Quick release spring bars. I saw the pictures of this. I thought this was going to be kind of a little gaudy, maybe. Maybe it would have been a cheap rubber strap, but no. No, this is a very nice silicone rubber strap. It feels good. It doesn't smell bad. It's soft. It's supple. Nice thing about this one is the tail tucks in underneath, giving it a nice clean look. No need for keepers. Everything is tucked away, very clean, very stylish. And you would expect the word stylish to be used when it comes to a brand like Versace. You can see the minute hand moved on the minute subdial. The top button also starts and stops the chronograph, and the bottom button, of course, resets it. And it is not a flyback. It rotates its entire run around back to 0 and back to 0 on the minute indicator. I'm going to give you a wrist shot. And you know something? I'm not ashamed to say that I like this watch. Yes, it's Versace. Yes, it's mostly known to be a women's fashion lineup. Clothes, shoes, bathrobes, hats, gloves, what have you. And watches and jewelry. But hey, the results speak for themselves. This is a man's watch. It wears like a man's watch. It's thick, it's chunky, it's broad across the wrist, my 7-inch wrist. I think, I'll give you the measurements in a minute. Probably you get away with this down to a 6 3/4 inch wrist, maybe. But you can see on my 7-inch wrist, the side to side, the lug to lug, is right on the edge. Might be able to get it down to a 6 3/4, but nothing more than that. And that definitely keeps this out of the realm of being a woman's watch. Hey, I showed it to some women that, I know. I have female friends. I know nobody believes me, and they said, yeah, Versace, beautiful watch. I can't wear that. It's too big. Stainless steel case. Very nice polish on the relief part of the bezel. It's a fixed bezel, by the way. Coin, kind of a coin edge a little bit there. Nice relief cuts in the lugs. The lugs are a nice satin finish. It's a very subtle watch. Silicone strap, as I said before. Sapphire crystal, as I said before. Nice orange highlights in the indices. Polished indices, of course. Orange, pop of orange on the indices, pop of orange on the chronograph second hand. It does, as I showed you, have a date complication, and the chronograph. Swiss quartz movement, as I already indicated. It is a 45 millimeter diameter watch. It is not subtle. It is not petite. It is not dainty. 53.3 millimeter lug to lug. That was the only measurement I had to take on my own. All the other measurements I found online. 22 millimeter thick, wide lug width, and a 12 millimeter thick with a 50 meter water resistance. I wouldn't push that, obviously. The crown is not a screw down crown, obviously. It does hack the movement when you pull it out. Interestingly, when you pull it out to the first position, it will cycle the date, but it will not cycle the day. However, you can drive the day forward and backwards by setting it. It's now 9:15 in the evening. If I wanted to cycle this, and it shows Friday, if I wanted to cycle it back to Thursday, I don't have to go all the way around 7 days or 6 days. I can cycle it backwards 1 day, and it will also cycle back the date complication, and then I can just quick set the date to the proper date, which is still the 17th. There. And ask me how I found that out. Quite by accident, because I thought, cycling it this way, clockwise would cycle the day complication, cycling counterclockwise cycle the date. I was half right. Cycling it counterclockwise cycles the date. Cycling it forward clockwise does nothing. Nothing at all. I was really surprised. I thought I mean, this watch wasn't terribly expensive. I bought it from a dealer in Germany that I had dealt with on many purchases before through Chrono24. The watch did get hung up in customs for a couple of days. It was looking a little bleak, but we finally got it through. And, I might do a video in the very near future on a soapbox about how the current customs issues are, making buying watches from overseas kind of a crappy proposition. Even the big guys like Zelos are being affected by the new rules importing watches and clocks. Ask me how I know. It's a mess. I might do a soapbox type video on that in the near future. But before I do that, I'd like to get all the examples of watches that are currently hung up in customs. And I have 4 of them. It's not a good time. Not a good time to be buying watches overseas. So I am trying to restrict myself to buying watches from America. But if you're going to buy a Zelos new, you're buying a Zelos from Singapore. And you're taking your chances. But anyway, that is the Versace chronograph. I like it. I think this is a hell of a watch. I'm very happy to own it. And I think I'm going to keep it a while. And I'm going to wear it proudly and say, yes, I own a Versace watch. The first one that I can say that about. And you know something? I've been looking at Chrono24 for years, looking at fashion watches or watches from fashion houses. And there are a lot of them out there. Tiffany makes them, Chanel, Versace, Yves Saint Laurent, others. Fashion houses make watches or sell watches. I don't know if they actually make them, but they sell them. This is the first time I've seen one that was made for their male customers. But I'm happy they made this one because I'm going to enjoy it. I hope you found this watch to be a revelation like I did. I hope you found the video to be entertaining, useful, enjoyable. If you did, please click that thumbs up. It does help with the YouTube search algorithm, helps bring people to the channel. That is a good thing. Comments, questions, suggestions, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of them down below. I do read them all. I do respond to them all. However, if you are going to try and insult me, you are going to be a troll, or you're going to leave links to bad places on the internet, I'm simply going to delete the comment, block the commenter. If you're new to the channel, of course, welcome. I'm glad you found my channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. I have over 1,200 videos for you to watch. Watch as many as you like. I believe my channel to be a fountain of great information on all kinds of watches, particularly Zelos and Breitling and Venezianico and now Versace. All I ask in return for all this entertainment and information is, please, if you haven't already done so, click the subscribe button. Oh, it takes a second. Take another second, click that bell icon so that when I upload new material, you will be alerted. And as I always say at the end of my videos, it is a crazy old world out there. Unfortunately, though it looked like it might get a little less crazy, it isn't. So when you're out and about, please be safe, be careful, be well. See you soon.